We're celebrating Women's History Month, and we had to get ourselves a table for 10 for the very popular Batter Up Bistro, owned by a very inspiring woman.
That's right, and this local restaurant is serving up more than just a table full of eats. Let's head inside.
Well, we've gotten our table for 10 inside Batter Up Bistro, and the owner joins us now. Cari, thank you so much for letting us, I guess, go up to the plate, literally, of this amazing restaurant and these dishes in front of us, especially for Women's History Month as a woman-owned business.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored.
Yeah.
It's so great to be sitting here with you. And I know a lot of times we're familiar with the food, but we're not always familiar with the people behind the restaurant. So, Cari, first tell us, what was your introduction to cooking?
My grandparents and my great-grandparents. So my great-parents came over from Spain. They were immigrants, and a big part of when they came over with a big portion of Spaniards, and the community was really important because they were coming to a country where they had no idea of what they were going to be facing, so they obviously stuck together and created a strong community within that. But on the food side of it, amazing cooks, the passion for food, the memories started back then, the smells, the sights, and then the enjoyment, the experience of just being together and good food.
Yeah, and now you get to share that experience with Lansing, Mid-Michigan in general, and because of your placement right across from a hotel, being close to Sparrow, you're able to give this experience to others that might not be from the area. Right? Does that kind of play a part into your business?
It didn't at first, because I opened in 2017 and then closed with COVID. And I was fortunate to receive the restaurant revitalization grant. When we did reopen, we were able to kind of take it to the next level of what I wanted, which was to introduce dinner and to introduce alcohol. And so that kind of had a great play into then drawing people from across the street, which is the hotel, and coming into the establishment, and basically this becoming a home away from their home. Another big part that I do want to mention, besides my amazing heritage, is that also the big inspiration behind this is that I have an autistic son. And when he was born with full autism. He was non-cognitive and non-verbal. As a parent, you try everything, you know, to help and reach out to your child. And it didn't necessarily mean for me to focus on what caused it, but what can I do to help him, and what and finding that information out. And a big part was a kind of a clue was to experience or introduce non-organic or organic, non-chemical, non-dye, non-preservatives into his diet. I saw an improvement in my son, and so whether you're skeptical or not, it's of course not a cure-all, fix-all, but I saw an improvement.
We're noticing that you're wearing so many different hats as a chef, as the restaurant owner, and as a mother. Now, when you juggle all of these different hats, what advice would you give to another woman, especially during this time of year for Women's History Month, who want to follow your footsteps? What advice would you give to them?
Follow your heart, follow your instinct. Definitely have a support group outside of home, but then also within your home. My children were my biggest supporters, and it's amazing now that when they're grown, especially my son, tells me, because now he is verbal, that he's so proud of me. And so that just brought me to tears, because you know, you always tell your kids, you know, I'm proud of you, you know, you just try your best, it's your best, you know, it's who you are, be authentic of who you are. As a woman business owner, you definitely, especially in the restaurant industry, and I know it plays along all you know, industries, you come against a lot of prejudgment or just doubt that you're not strong enough to handle, to sometimes live in a man's world. But that's not true. You just got to dig deep, find a mentor that has knowledge in the business. I did not have that, so it was kind of going blind. But what led me was just, again, sticking to my heart. So
Oh, well, we are so lucky to have a piece of your heart. The community is excited and honored to have a piece of that heart. And I know after the break, we're going to dive into these amazing dishes that you obviously pour your heart into. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that after the break for our Table for 10 on Studio 10.